SCP-001. This is a creature that is considered the first object of the SCP Foundation and symbolizes the beginning of all anomalies. It is a humanoid creature with gray-brown skin, very thin, with a disproportionately large head and one eye. The creature has long limbs, sharp claws, and a mouth that almost completely covers the head. SCP-001 is also referred to as the prototype. The prototype is capable of creating mini black holes that can be used for teleportation or protection. These black holes emit radiation and can damage the environment. It can also use its claws to attack. The prototype is omnivorous and uses humans as a food source. He is afraid of high temperatures, humidity, and bright light. To escape from it, carry a flashlight. SCP-4666 is a humanoid known as Yule Man. Is a mysterious humanoid creature active exclusively in winter, between December 21st and January 1st. It is at this time that the so-called Weissnacht events take place. During these events, he attacks remote, isolated houses that have at least one child under the age of 8, as well as persistent snow cover. Appearance. The creature looks like a tall, from 2 to 2.3 meters, emaciated elderly man, extremely emaciated, always completely naked, even in frosts and snowfalls. SCP-4666 can travel around the world in a fraction of a second, appearing in the most remote corners. Warning signs are often noticed before it appears. Bare footprints in the snow around the house, the feeling of being watched, especially at night. Creaks can be heard coming from the attic or basement. Sneaks into the house at night. In most cases, he destroys all family members except for one child, whom he then takes with him. However, there are exceptions. In about 15% of cases, he leaves everyone alive, but leaves a gift. The so-called gifts are creepy handmade toys. They are made of various materials, including organic ones, human hair bones, teeth. These toys are believed to be created by children who SCP-4666 takes with them. They are kept in isolated and gloomy underground places, where they are forced to manufacture these items under strict control. SCP-973, also known as Smokey, is a paranormal duo. A ghostly 1970s police car and its humanoid driver, dressed in a sheriff's uniform from the same era. It is activated only at night on a remote section of the highway, from 10 p.m. to 4:30 a.m. Any vehicle with a speed exceeding 55 miles per hour activates its appearance. Smokey appears right behind the target, sirens wailing, and broadcasts a looping message full of profanity on the radio. Victims report red glowing eyes and a black void where the driver's mouth should be. Within 1 to 6 minutes, SCP-973 catches up with him. What follows is not just an attack, it is a brutal ritual execution. Bodies are often found torn into pieces, far in excess of what is needed to kill. SCP-973 is indestructible. It is not limited by physics or terrain. The only way to survive? Don't exceed the speed limit. Don't drive on this road at night. SCP-3008 is an anomalous IKEA store staffed by humanoid employees. Inside the store, when trying to leave, a person finds himself in an endless trading floor, with an area of at least 10 square kilometers with endless rows of furniture. During the day, everything looks like a regular IKEA store. The creatures that are employees of SCP-3008 behave like ordinary workers. They arrange goods, answer questions, although they do not have faces, and calmly walk between the shelves. At night, these creatures become hostile. They demand that visitors leave the store and attack those who stay. These humanoids are faceless wear. Yellow shirts and blue trousers have disproportionate bodies about 2 meters tall, with elongated arms and superhuman strength. If they are wounded with a knife or a firearm, they react like an ordinary person and may die from it. There is a way out of this anomalous IKEA store, but its doors appear in random places, so it is almost impossible to find a stable way out. SCP-280 is a humanoid creature, superficially resembling a dense shadow without legs. His body consists of wriggling dark fibers that he uses for movement. He doesn't walk, he doesn't crawl, he literally glides as if floating on any surface. It can move not only on the floor but also on the walls and ceiling, completely silently. His appearance is always accompanied by complete darkness. He does not appear in the light. It is in the shadows that SCP-280 hunts. Despite his frightening appearance, he is not aggressive at first. However, if anyone gets too close or shows fear, SCP-280 will attack. His attacks are lightning fast and extremely traumatic. The victims receive deep lacerations as if they are being torn from the inside. The strangest thing is that SCP-280 does not make any sound, but his presence is felt on the skin. Panic, cold, instinctive terror. It's like someone is watching from the dark and waiting for you to take a step closer. It is possible to escape from SCP-280. All you need is a bright light source. SCP-4885 is a humanoid that outwardly copies the hero of the puzzle books Where's Wally, Waldo, striped sweatshirt pom-pom cap jeans but with pale skin and missing eyes. Anyone who discovers the current location of SCP-4885 or its corpse replicas of SCP-4885-1 is immediately targeted. SCP-4885 almost instantly passes through walls and ends up next to the victim. There, it penetrates the victim's body, tearing apart internal organs, and the victim immediately dies from his injuries and turns the corpse into a new dangerous instance of SCP-4885-1. The cases of SCP-4885-1 are covered with Where's Wally? Style illustrations that cannot be washed off or erased without removing the skin. It is impossible to kill or escape SCP-4885 if you have already found out where it is. There's only one way to escape, not knowing where he is. SCP-783, the Bone Breaker. In the English village of Tamby, Oxfordshire, there is a street where horrific events take place at night. Every 12 years, for approximately 70 days in the fall and winter, SCP-783, an anomaly known as the Bone Breaker, activates. It preys on those who are left alone indoors after sunset. The buildings in which his victims are located begin to deform. Walls crack, floors bend, and any objects penetrating inside undergo instant and fatal deformation. Victims of SCP-783 experience terrible mutations. Their bones break and lengthen, their spine distorts, and their bodies are covered with excess bone and cartilage tissue. Some become up to 12.5 meters tall with limbs extended by several meters. Despite these mutations, most of the victims remain alive but are in a vegetative state or completely paralyzed. The Foundation supports such individuals on life support in a local hospital. If you find yourself in this place at night, do not stay alone and avoid buildings with signs of deformation.